Life's messy. It's sacred too. Every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mountain, Reverend Casey Fight opens up. A recovering addict from everything. A minister. A yogi. An ultimate beginner right alongside you. This is Courageous Casey Conversations. Honest talk on mindfulness, spiritual growth, and recovery with dark nights of the soul, good ordinary direction, and plenty of laughter woven through. You are not alone in this mess we call life. Community, honesty, courage, hope. Come as you are. Watch live or catch the replay anytime on the New Thought Media Network or YouTube at Courageous Casey. Because deeply, we are one. And now, here's Reverend Casey.
Hello and welcome. My name is Casey Fight, and I am so grateful that you are here. I've got a very special guest. She's going to come onto the stage here momentarily, but I just want to thank all of you for joining me for the second Courageous Casey Conversations. It is Wednesday, August 26th, and we are here live at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So I want to thank you so much. If you're kind of curious about our show, I encourage you to go back and definitely check out the first show. I talk a lot about kind of my mission, my vision, why I'm here, why I'm doing this, but really wanting to create a place where we can come together and talk about courageous things, because there's a lot going on in the world and we're all taking courageous acts. And I want this to be a space where we can be vulnerable, but share our courage and our strength and support each other. So my guest, who is going to be joining me momentarily, her name is G.O.D. Stevenson. I'll just bring her on right now. Here she is. And she is just an amazing mentor.
Hi, everybody.
Yay, amazing mentor of mine that I've known for, I don't know how many years now, 6 years or so.
So the problem is I can't hear Reverend Casey.
Oh my gosh, it's happening again. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, so G.O.D. was just saying that she couldn't hear me, which makes me worried that maybe, can you hear me? I see a couple people are watching. Maybe if you could drop in the chat if you can hear me. I see my producer says that she can hear me. So let's try adding G.O.D. to the stage again. Okay, let's try this again. G.O.D., can you hear me? No? Oh boy, we had some issues before we started, and I thought they were gone, and now they're not. So let's see if I bring Kathy to the stage. Kathy.
Hello.
G.O.D. hear you?
Hi, now I can hear Kathy.
Okay. Wow. Oh, man.
I can pass on
Yeah.
to G.O.D.
Okay. Yeah, this is hilarious because Kathy
Not
and I
sure
can
what's
hear
happening.
each other. G.O.D. and Kathy can hear each other, but G.O.D. and I can't hear each other. So we love technology, right? These things work. So let's just say that this episode is going to be a bit of an echo episode, because I'm going to ask a question and then Kathy's going to ask a question.
I love the smiles. I wish I knew what you were saying.
Yeah, Kathy, will you just translate to G.O.D.
Yes, she's calling it an echo session because she's going to say something. I'm going to repeat it for you to hear.
All right.
So we go with the flow around here, right?
We go with the flow.
We go with the flow.
This is kind of like what it would be like translating into another language. Why don't you talk? You have to pause, and then you wait for it to be translated.
She's relating it to a second language that I'm the interpreter.
Exactly.
I wish I could read lips.
I can teach you.
Yeah, okay.
But maybe not right now.
Probably not right now.
You know, a couple times we've already tried where G.O.D. has left and come back, and then it worked. So maybe this isn't time to do that again as we do our spiritual practice. Do you want to translate that, Kathy?
So, G.O.D., I'm sorry, I forgot. One of the problems is that my memory. So she was wanting to know if you would be willing to go out and come back in again, since that worked one time.
I will do that.
And then we're going to go ahead and do the spiritual practice while you do that.
Okay. All right. Okay. Bye.
Thank you, Kathy. So glad you're here, right?
That's right.
Okay. So I was doing some writing earlier today, and the topic was about an animal. And so I picked the lion because I'm a Leo and I love lions. And we were kind of personifying the lions. And what came up in my writing was the lion's breath. So each week I want to share a spiritual practice. And lion's breath is a beautiful pranayama or breathing practice. Let's bring her to stage and see if it works.
I can hear you now.
Okay, great.
Yay, good.
Hopefully it stays this way. So I was just introducing that we're going to do lion's breath. It's a beautiful pranayama practice. And so for our viewers, pranayama means to control the breath. And so with lion's breath, we're going to stick out our tongues, like almost like you can touch your chin, like as much as you can. You're going to take your eyes and look up to your brains, and you're going to kind of lean in and make this sound, this release sound. So we'll do it a couple times together. So I encourage you to do it with me. If you are watching at home or with other people, have them join too and do it. It's a great way to release any stress or energy. And
It
we're
is.
doing that right now, right, with some of this tech issues. So we're going to release that issue, right? Those stressful things right now. Okay. So are you ready? So take a deep breath in. I love it. Let's do a couple more. That might be screenshotted by people. Take a deep breath in. Let's do a couple more. 3 more. Don't forget to look at your brain. Awesome. I feel lighter already. Some of that stress is gone. It's gone. Yes. So, okay. Well, let's move on. So I really wanted to bring my dear friend G.O.D here on the show because to me, she's been very courageous in taking steps in her life to continue to pursue her passions. And so I met G.O.D from Kathy. And Kathy, you can stay on with us, or if maybe I'll have you so G.O.D and I can be a little bit bigger. That's okay with you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. G.O.D and I actually met through Kathy Noonamaker, and G.O.D was a minister at Centers for Spiritual Living, Boulder Valley, which is about half an hour north of where I live in the Denver area. And while I was in ministerial school, I came up to her church, and she so graciously allowed me to teach a class about Thich Nhat Hanh and Buddhism. I did prayer a few times at your church, and I feel like there was another 1 or 2 things, but they're not in mind right now. So, but I know you've made some transitions and changes. So I'd love for you to tell us a bit about your courageous change, at a later stage in life.
Well, I think people who know me, when I said, well, I'm going to at least semi-retire, they go, no, you're not. I'm a person who has a lot of energy. Now I'm slower than I was. And I certainly can't handle as much as I could. But I think it's really because I have such a strong, grateful heart. I mean, I am grateful all day long. And I think that gives me the energy. I know it does. That allows me to keep going. And I just have a lot of passion. Since I have semi-retired from the ministry, I have become an artist. But the common thread, starting when I was a little girl, I used to collect quotes. I love quotes. And I would use them in my talks, and I would use them in my classes and my books and everything I did in what I call my human happiness career. And when I was getting ready to retire, semi-retire, I thought I got to do something with my love of quotes, and I'm going to start taking art classes. I told everybody that. And one day I just sat down to draw some flowers, and I drew a tree, a whimsical tree. And I went, wow, Spirit, that is not a flower, that's a tree. And then I drew another tree, and then I drew another tree, and I put my quotes with the different trees. And then I started blinging them. I drew them, and a dear friend of mine, Juan Johnston from the Flux Collective, he's an amazing artist and nationally renowned photographer. He took my work, and we started making cards and art and magnets and putting my love of quotes with the trees, and now they're selling, and who knew? I had no idea I was an artist. So, and I continue counseling, and I'm asked to speak. My answer is always no now. I'll certainly teach, but I'm pretty semi-retired.
Yeah. I love that. And you've given me a few of your pieces, and I just realized I want to bring up your website and share them, show it to everybody. Can we do that?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead. I wouldn't have a clue how to do that.
Well, I'm going to do it. So,
All right. Well, thank you. Or you
yeah,
can do it at the end. Do it at the
yeah.
end.
Yeah. No, I'm going to do it right now, real quick, because we're
I
talking
should do
about
it
it.
right now. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So this
Yeah.
is Jody's website. And actually, I'm going to change the view a little bit. So it's just all of your website. And this is her artwork, Scattering Joy Across Humanity. So this is the trees that you were talking about. Can you
Yep.
tell us a little bit about like the blinging and how you go about that?
Well, I don't have any on the table right here. I get little tiny pieces of bling, and then I have my X-Acto knife, and I go and I just I kind of hard to explain. There's a picture of my hand, and if you can go down a little bit.
I think it's on another page. I
Oh,
remember
it might be on
seeing it.
another page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
there I am. I'm filling in the lines. I've had amazing experiences with this. Like I have my art studio at Starbucks and my favorite restaurant at Snooze. And one day I was at Starbucks blinging, and this older woman and 11-year-old gal came up to me and said, "What are you doing?" And when children come up to me, I always give them a piece of my art.
Mm.
And so I had her pick out something, and then she went back to her family, and the older woman, who was her grandmother, looked at me and said, "You have no idea what you just did." And I said, "Well, when children come up to me, I want them to pick out something, because the quotes are really, really wise wisdom. They're ancient, or very old, typically, like The Privilege of a Lifetime is to Be Yourself by Joseph Campbell. And this older woman said, "Well, I am her grandmother, and I just want you to know that she's been fighting cancer. And
Wow.
thank you for doing this." I went, "God, do you just want me to sit at these places and give out this?" I don't know. It's really been rewarding. And then it's selling at different shops around the country, and I'm like, I'm still shocked. But it's clearly not me doing it. It is not me doing it.
It's so magical though. I love it.
It
And
is.
I know
It is.
you've given me one. I think it was oh gosh, I'm probably not going to get the quote just right, but it was if the not Eckhart Tolle, Meister Eckhart, if the only thing you say is thank you, that will be enough.
If the only prayer you ever say is thank you, it will be enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one that sells the most is a Spanish proverb that says, "How beautiful it is to do nothing and then rest afterwards."
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Love
Well,
that.
I'll get you a little
Well,
something with that
and
in.
you've given me this magnet, Love
Yeah.
Lives Here,
What
it's
does
on
that
my
say?
Love Lives Here.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah.
And it's on my refrigerator. And then
Yeah.
also this one, she believed she could, and so she did.
Yeah.
That
That's a popular one too.
Yeah. Yeah. Love that.
Well, I am all about the feminine face of God. I'm all about the yin energy. So I wanted to create something that said she is, she believed she could. So
Yeah. Yeah, I just love it so much. I'm so grateful that you're doing this work.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Me too. Me
yeah.
too. I give thanks every day. I was like, thank you, God. I had no idea I had this in me. And people who know me will say, we had no idea you had this in you. I went, I didn't either.
Well,
So,
I had a friend years ago, and she was actually kind of a business partner with me in my kids' yoga business. And at the time, I was more in my early 40s, and she was in her 60s. And she retired from working with Colorado Shines and education, and she said, this is my rewirement. And she joined me in sharing yoga and mindfulness with kids. And she's like, I'm rewiring myself. And,
yeah,
our beloved Roger Teal used that word rewiring. And that's what I think that you're doing. You've rewired yourself
yeah,
to be able to express your ministry with beauty. And I
yeah.
love that you're giving it to kids, because you may have just changed that little girl's life forever,
Well, however long she was adorable. And again, when kids come up to me, I go, oh, you pick something out because I spread out. I have my bling, I have my art,
Mhm.
I spread out so they get to see pretty much what I do.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
so fun.
I
Yeah.
love that. So tell us a little bit about like your ministry. I know you did it for many, many decades. And how hard was it to actually like really leave that? And then what was the time period, or what was it like transitioning into where you're doing this now?
Well, I want to share a story with you that happened in my second year of ministerial school in 1984. That's how far back I go, the beginning of eternity. Um, so prior to going into ministerial school, I was a corporate trainer and I had no problem being center stage. I followed the script. I was good. I was confident. I did it. I knew I could play the role. I knew how to dress corporately. And then I went into ministerial school. And in my second year of ministry school, I had to sign up for a class called homiletics.
Mm,
And I know, Casey, you know this one.
mm, yeah.
And I was terrified because it's about you learn how to give a Sunday morning talk, basically a sermon. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm just a wreck. So the first night, we're all there and everybody goes around and says, who I am and where I'm from and what I'm doing. And then the professor said, all right, now what you're going to each have a chance to do is take about 5 minutes and just get up and talk about something. And I'll give you the subject. And I, I just panicked. I mean, my heart was pounding, my face was getting red, I was getting scared, I wanted to cry. I'm like, and he looks at me and when it came my turn, he said, all right, now Jody, I'd like you to get up and talk about oneness.
Mm.
And I looked at him and tears just started streaming. I mean, my face was pink and I was a wreck. And I said, I, I can't do that. I mean, who am I? Who do I think I am that I can get up and talk about oneness? Little old me, I can't do that. This is one of the most profound moments of my life. He leans into me and he looks me square in the eyes and he said, Jody, stop being so selfish.
Wow.
And I kind of took a breath and he said, the most selfish people on the planet are those that have talents and skills and they let fear stop them.
Mm.
Now, dig in, find your courage, get up on stage and talk about oneness. I don't care what you say. And that was such a profound moment for me because I think the influence, the biggest influence in my life when it comes to being brave is both my parents died regretting their lives. And that had a huge impact on me. And research shows through hospice that 97% of people regret their lives
Mhm.
because they let fear stop them. So I got up, bright red, tears streaming down, and I said, I want to talk about oneness. There's a place inside of us where we can experience our oneness. And there's also the state of two-ness. And Tunis is in the outer world, and I started to go on, and I've actually done sermons around this now. So there is a state of oneness and there's a state of two-ness. And when we allow the two-ness to be the feedback of our beingness, we're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So that was such a profound moment.
Wow.
and I've thought so many times, as I've been scared to go do whatever I'm being called to do, I don't want my kids, when I cross over, to say my mother regretted her life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
They'll be able to say she's kind of nutsy, she's kind of crazy, very spontaneous, but they will not be able to say that. And that was really important to me.
They will say you followed your dreams, even
They will
as you
say that.
retired. You followed the next
Yeah.
dream, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Yeah. But my oldest son keeps saying, Mom, please don't stop blinging, because you have a much bigger smile on your face than you have. I mean, church leadership can be hard.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, as you know. So yeah.
Yeah. I love that you shared that story, and I actually got chills because as you were sharing it, it made me really think about how you have been such a mentor in my life, and
Oh,
you're
thank you.
always championing me and being like, you've got to do this, Casey. And
Yeah.
and I wasn't expecting the selfish part, and as soon as you said that, I was like, oh man, I'm hearing, you're not saying this to me, but I'm hearing G.O.D saying to me, Casey, stop being selfish and do
Stop
it.
being
You
so
know?
selfish. When we go,
Yeah.
oh, little old me, I can't do this. One of the things that people have asked me over and over, especially since I've been semi-retired, is what surprised you the most about humanity, being in the ministry? And I said, what still surprises me is that people are more willing to hang on to their fears and negative thinking than change, than be courageous, than to say, as an individualized expression of the divine, I can do anything I want. And this is what I want. We got to get clear on what is it that we want to experience.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always surprised me, because I was not going to cross over and have my kids go, oh, she really regretted her life.
Yeah.
It's really been an impulse for me.
That's incredible. I'm so proud of you that you've just continued to follow that higher guidance,
Yeah.
Spirit
you.
is calling you and you're doing it. You're such a role model for
Thank you.
me. Yeah. I love it. That's wonderful. Okay, so we're going to take just a little break, and we're going to share a few commercials, and then G.O.D and I will be back. This first one, September 5th, which is, not this weekend, but the next one, I will be doing a deep dive discussion on Saturday. So check this out.
New Thought Media Network proudly presents The Science of Mind Saturday Conversations. Learn more about the Science of Mind philosophy, faith, and way of life. Join our team of experts for a weekly deep dive discussion. Come study the science of mind, chapter by chapter, and resources from the Science of Mind archives. Plan to join us every Saturday, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Only on the New Thought Media Network.
What would it look like to truly practice peace? Not just talk about it, but live it. Join Reverend Christy Semple and her guests for the Peace Dialogues, a powerful weekly experience where conversation becomes transformation and practice becomes presence. Every Thursday at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, only on the New Thought Media Network. Join us in a space of reflection, connection, and real-time peace building. Come practice peace with us and be part of something that extends far beyond the moment. The Peace Dialogues, Thursdays at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. We'll see you there.
All right. I'm so excited. I wanted to share Christy's little commercial about her show. The Peace Dialogues are really powerful. So I encourage you to check that out. And the New Thought Media Radio is it's got all kinds of amazing songs like
Fabulous.
Yeah, it's very fabulous. Eddie Watkins Jr., Jamie Lula. I mean, all the people that we love. You can just have that playing in the background. It's beautiful. And then we've already kind of gone through, at least I haven't, but some of the other ministers, the beginning of the year, gone through the textbook, but we're just continuing to explore more science of mind philosophy. So I will be leading those once a month for the next couple months. So I'll be probably creating like a Facebook event, or you'll see the video and stuff coming up for those. So I wanted to transition, G.O.D, and these are some core questions that I plan to ask on the show every single week. And last week I answered them for myself, but I would love to hear your thoughts, and we can talk about them a bit too. And you may be like me. What the first question is, what is your dark night of the soul story? I'm like, I've got like 10, so I can once 12, once a month or something. But what is one that maybe stands out to you that you'd be willing to share with us? And like, how did you get to the other side?
Well, I have a different perception than most people about the phrase dark night of the soul. I don't believe that the soul has a dark night. The personality has a dark night.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't believe, see, we are soul. We are soul, and we have a body. And when we focus on the outer world and it becomes our source, we get pretty egotistical. Now, I think the ego is quite lovely, and this could be my ego talking, but we need the ego to get us out of bed in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
We need to say, here I am, world. And I think that the ego is an part of a creation from the divine, or it wouldn't be there. The problem is when we start to define ourselves through our personalities. And when we start to go to the world of two-ness and go, that's my source. So 5,000 years ago, the ancient sages and yogis used to teach that that a human being only has two desires. You've heard me talk about this, Casey. Do you want to say what they are?
No, you go ahead.
Okay.
I don't do well on the spot.
And I so believe that's true today, even 5,000 years later. And the two most important desires that we have are a peaceful mind and a joyful heart. And there are three things that block this sunshine of the divine, if you will: peaceful mind, joyful heart. And the three things are our ego taking over, our personality taking over. The first one, and as you know, I've done a lot of couples counseling over the years, and premarital and marriage. And this is one of the first things I look for, because the first thing that blocks the sunshine of the divine is arrogance.
Mm-hmm.
And arrogance is, you're the problem, not me.
Mm-hmm.
And arrogant people don't apologize. They don't take responsibility. They're not very thankful. And the first thing I do is listen for that, because it's really hard on a relationship. The second thing is the love of calamity. I knew you'd relate to that.
I remember this now.
Yeah.
And that's kind of addiction in a sense, right?
It's absolutely an addiction.
Mm-hmm.
And I, coming from an alcoholic family and blah, 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 we've all have our stories. But so the love of calamity is the love of drama, trauma, and chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And when we stopped all that, the ego might go, gosh, it's kind of boring. The
Yeah.
soul is going, oh man, this is so delicious. Oh my God. I've just been through 4 years of, it was a really tough 4 years with just family members getting close to death. And it's been tough. Anyway, everyone's, my son, who especially, is doing fine, and I'm very happy. So, but it's been rough. There's been a lot of chaos, and that's, I just can't tolerate too much of it anymore. And then the third thing is materialism. And we're supposed to have a lot of money. We're supposed to have nice things, but we are never supposed to say, this thing in the outer world, this is a source of my happiness.
Yeah.
And when we go to the world of two-ness, and this is what creates hoarding, and people keep buying more because they can't get enough, then they're in the world of two-ness. And when we go to the world of oneness, we have a peaceful mind and joyful heart.
Yeah.
The ego calms down, the soul begins to shine, and life is good.
Yeah, and it's that outside, something outside of me is going to make me happy, right? The material,
Absolutely.
the external world, this
Absolutely.
activity, this person, this relationship, this
Right.
stuff, you know, I mean, marketing
Right.
is built on two-ness, right?
Right.
So,
Right. Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. When we say the outer world defines me, we are giving, we are in trouble. And oh my God, I'm not talking theory on this one.
No,
So
thank you.
yeah, so it's arrogance, love of calamity, and materialism. And it's been this way, I think, since the beginning of humanity.
Yeah. I think that that's just so, it's so focused. There's three things. And I bet most people watching this, you know, myself included, there's at least one that's really big. For me, it's the calamity. You know, I'm
Right.
the adrenaline drama.
Right.
You know, if I get bored, I'm like, what's the point? You know, but, you know, I've
Well,
worked a lot on that materialism, but that's hard. I mean, that's the
it
nature
is
of
hard.
our human experience, not the
It
spiritual
is hard.
experience.
So when people have asked me, they'll say, well, how are you doing? And I go, I'm really good. And what are you doing? Not much. You know, I walk my dog and I do my art, and they'll just, really, are you sure? I go, yeah, no, I'm really quite content. No, but I mean, really, no, I don't have a lot of stories to tell you right now. I'm boring. In fact, my youngest son, when I talked to him the other day, he went, Mom, you're really boring. And I go, isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Isn't that good? He goes, yeah, but
Even keel.
we don't need to talk much longer.
That's so funny.
So, yeah.
All right. So my next question is, what does God, your God, it could be like good orderly direction or a greater power than your ego, what does it look like in your life today? Like, I know you're very connected, but how do you connect with God or spirit, or what's your favorite word to use, and how does it show up?
I absolutely, totally, completely, burn me at the stake. I used to do a seminar called Burn Me at the Stake, and this little old lady came up to me and went, please don't say that. And I went, okay. But I absolutely believe that the first and foremost spiritual practice anyone can have is gratitude. And I mean being grateful for the trees. I'm a tree hugger. I love trees. I draw trees. I talk to trees, flowers, the problems in my life, my bed, my toothbrush, my Lucy. Oh my God, my family, my friends. We could never stop being grateful. I'm grateful for Starbucks. I'm grateful for my restaurants. I'm grateful for my village.
So I'm hearing like gratitude is a sense of spirit or God for you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
absolutely. It is
an
the divine.
embodiment.
I mean, you and I do not believe that there's a male in the sky
Yeah.
that's pulling our strings there, that we're all, as you know, I'm a Taoist now. And everything is interrelated. And so I am all day long, I am giving thanks. And it's really good. I was in ER last week. I'm fine. There's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. The doctor came and said, you have nothing wrong with you, but I had a pain in my back. But I'm just sitting there like, I am so grateful for this. And the nurse, before I left, she said, please don't stop ever being grateful. And I went, wow, okay, I won't. It was very sweet. And
Yeah. Oh, that's really sweet. I love that.
it's so easy to be grateful. Be grateful for your problems,
Yeah.
because you and I know, well, we welcomed our problems. You know,
You know what I like to say is that I have luxury problems. Like I was
Yeah.
stressing out in the last few days. That's luxury comes from, I think that came from 12 steps. I don't know. But I'm like, you know what? I have food, I have shelter, I
I
have
know.
love. I like
I
my
know.
problems are my own kind of anxiety of
They
not being
are.
able to be present with the moments, you know, with the
Right.
challenging moments that arise. Those aren't really problems. They're opportunities for me to be in gratitude, because when we're in gratitude,
Oh,
more goodness comes to us, right?
right.
Yeah.
Right. And
But
when we're in gratitude, what happens is we get out of the beta level of the brain, which
mhm,
is like outer world thinking, and
mhm.
we go down into alpha, which is we start to calm down, our intuition improves, our bodies relax, and then we go down into um, um, uh, what's the third one? Um,
Is it
um,
Delta? Delta? I always get them mixed
no,
up.
delta is the
See,
bottom one, where
yeah.
it's like,
Omega,
yeah, it's really, so it's
Theta.
yeah. Well, anyway, there's a lot out there
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
line about the different
yeah.
levels, but when we can move out of to-ness, we can
Mhm.
immediately begin to feel grateful.
And, you know, a couple of things I love that you brought up gratitude, because at the end of all my yoga classes, we always kind of roll over into that fetal position. You know,
Right.
we're in shavasana, which translates to corpse pose. And people are always
Right.
like, "That's so morbid." But what it is you're dying to what is not serving you. You're
Right.
letting go, and then you roll over into
Right.
that fetal position, curling up to be reborn again. And when I have them in that position, I always, you know, say, come to a place of gratitude, but really like embody it. Because there has been research. I did an entire research paper in my for my master's degree during ministerial school around gratitude. And if you think it's one thing, but like you were saying, to get to that deeper level, if you really try to feel it with all of your senses and embody gratitude as a whole
Right.
being, it's so much more powerful,
Right.
because gratitude could be like affirmations like, "Oh, I'm happy and free," and then you're not feeling happy and free, right? Like, you know, gratitude, you can say you're grateful for something and not feel it, but to really
Right.
focus on feeling that gratitude is so much deeper. And then being specific, you know, I always say, people are like, well, I'm grateful for my home and my children and my family and food. But if I say, wow, I'm so grateful for this Honey Nut Cheerios cereal that I had
Right.
this
Right.
morning, like,
Right.
you can actually like, I can like almost taste it and articulate it, and it
Right.
becomes this experience that I had versus
Right.
food and family, and it's just kind of nebulous. So
You
when you
know,
get really specific, it becomes more
right.
personal and powerful.
You're in the now.
Mhm,
You know, you and I both have a pretty strong neurolinguistic programming background
mhm,
and timeline. And research shows that people who live in the past are more depressed than people who live in the present and the future. And I don't know of people who wake up in the morning and go, oh God, I hope my day is horrible today. I hope terrible things happen to me and in my future. I mean, but we spend so much time in the past.
mhm,
And when we can bring ourselves to the present, research shows that we think about 70,000 thoughts in a given day.
mhm.
Now, I don't know how they figure that out, whoever
Yeah.
they are. But research also shows that 80% of those thoughts are negative,
And
and
repetitive.
and 80% of the 80% are the same ones we had yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And now, why would we care? Because we create our reality from our thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So when I start to think about my past and, and this happened, it's a stop it. And then I give thanks, and then I think about the future.
Mm-hmm.
It is believed scientifically that most people put their past on their left. There's a lot of conflict about this,
Future
but
in the front,
yeah,
right?
and excuse me, the past is on the right and the future's on the left. So when I'm like chewing on blah blah blah, and I go, whoa, over there, and then I start thinking about my present and my future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I've heard too, if you're focused on the past, like you just said, you're kind of depressed. It's a depressing energy. If you're in the
Right.
future, it's like an anxious energy. But the present moment, and that's
Right.
what I teach all the time in my yoga classes. Like right now, in this present moment, I'm breathing,
Right.
I'm present,
Right.
I'm listening to you, I'm talking to you. Like
Right.
there's nothing really wrong. There's stuff going on
Right.
in the world, but I'm here right now. And the more we can spend time being here now, that stuff works itself out.
It
That quote, like
does.
99 of the problems I have don't exist.
I know.
So,
Well,
yeah.
we feel guilty about the past and we worry about the future. Although I always said my mother could feel guilty about the future too. Um,
You had a talent.
she had a talent for that. But we can't feel guilty about the future because unless we need to just be in the now.
Yes, be here
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my third question, it kind of feels like maybe it's the same as your answer to number 2, but what's your just for today practice that keeps you like choosing growth and recovering and being your best self one day at a time?
So I happen to believe with the scientific research that's out there now that we need to clarify our values. And values are those core beliefs that reflect our character. So, and I don't know if I've asked you, Casey, what your top 3 values are, but if I haven't, would you please send them to me? Because there usually we have about 7, but it's the top 3 that get us out of bed in the morning, and it's the very thing that reflects our character.
Yeah.
So my top 3 values are: number 1 is gratitude. Number 2 is wisdom. I study philosophy. I have since I was in the womb. And my third one is joy. I mean, my tagline for my new business is scattering joy across humanity. I have a dear friend, as we know, Reverend Dr. Kathy Mastriani, and her whole thing is about peace. And my whole thing is about joy. So when we get together, we have fun with that.
Peace and joy. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'd say my top value is spirituality. Like spirituality is just probably one of the most important things to me.
Well, let me ask you about that since we're talking about that. What does spirituality give you?
It gives me freedom.
To do what?
To be me.
Okay. So maybe authenticity. We'll talk.
Yeah. There's so many, and I've done different value exercises over the years just to kind of see how they move and change a little bit too. Also in my NLP training, for those of you who don't know what NLP is, it's neuro-linguistic programming, which both G.O.D and I are certified coaches and trainers and teachers in. That I thought was so fascinating because I loved my mentor, Heidi Huron, my trainer. She actually really helped delineate that every area of your life can have different values too. Like I can have a value with my relationship with my daughter. I can have different values in my relationship with you or with my work, and then we have this process of like, is that value getting met? Is that need getting met?
Right.
Not,
Right.
And then
Right.
that's where the work is to be. So that's been really fascinating for me, is like kind of even drilling it down more, because family is a huge value of mine, but
Right.
it's really the closeness. It's my daughter and I, like, I
Yeah.
care about all my family, but my daughter and I are really tight. Like, I
Right.
really feel like she's the one person in the world who unconditionally loves and knows me more than anybody does,
Right.
you know?
Right.
Um,
It's so sacred.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Nice.
I
Yeah,
love,
so I just encourage everyone to get super clear on what the values are, because it is a just for today. I'm going to live through my values, and then we start watching and paying attention to the magic of the universe. Oh my gosh.
mhm,
And it's just wonderful things begin to happen when we get clear on our values.
yeah. I want to put up your website name so that people can get in touch with you. I guess I didn't need to put the get in touch part. They could find that. But
It's
whimsicalwisdomoriginals.net.
way too long, isn't it?
It is long, but I
Yeah, I
like it.
know.
The originals part, I kept forgetting. I was like, what's their website? It's Whimsical Wisdom. And then, but I
Yeah.
do love the originals because you're
I know.
original.
I really tried to shorten it, and
Yeah.
Spirit said you're not going to. And is it .net? Yeah, it's .net.
It's
Yeah.
.net. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it could be you could just go to .net and click on the links and find her.
Yeah, and we're going to be building it. I'm going to start doing blogs using my quotes and stories. And of course, as you know, I do a lot of timeline therapy, and it's really fun. It's really fun. I get to see miracles
It's
all
wonderful.
the time with my clients. So,
Yeah.
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 Well,
Wow. Well,
and
I'm just so grateful that you joined me today, Jody. You really, really made my day. And I'm so, so grateful. And I want to just say, congratulations. You have been seen and heard. I see you and I hear you. And that's a
thank
big
you.
value of mine, is that I've always wanted to be seen and heard. And
Well, you know how much I believe in you,
I
and you
know
know how much I love you. I hope I've made that clear. I
you have.
I just think I've said this to you. God has huge plans for you, darling. Dig in, find your courage. Do not let fear or calamity get in the way.
I'm working on it every
Yeah,
single day, every
I
single
know you
day.
are.
Yeah.
We all are. We
Yeah.
all are. Yeah.
So I also
So,
wanted to share too that I've got this website, givebutter.com/courageous-casey. This is through New Thought Media Network. So you'll see the logo there. And each of our shows has different ways. If you felt benefited from this program or this conversation with Jody and I, feel free to give. That give and take reciprocal motion just keeps the energy moving too. And it's just now starting to hail. I've just looked out the window and it's starting to come down. So I don't know if that's going to affect our connection here, but I'm so grateful. I'm trying to think if there's
so
anything
grateful.
else. The recording will be live, so please check it out. And I want to just thank everybody for joining us today. We've got an outro video coming up here in a second, and we'll see you again next week.
Thank you, Reverend Casey.
Thank you.
I love you, Dial
I
Big.
love you too. I love you, Dow Big too.
Thanks for watching. Plan today to join us again next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, or watch past episodes on youtube.com, at Courageous Casey, or at New Thought Media Network.